Twisted Big D here. Let's talk about TNT. So TNT started after we loaded our stuff back in the truck. It was early in the morning. My trainer drove us over to the terminal to get our load. So once we got our load, he drove us over to Walmart so we could get groceries. After we got our groceries and everything we needed from Walmart, we hit the road. At Walmart, he was all like, "Hey, jump in the driver's seat." He goes, "I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta get some sleep before I have to drive tonight." I said, "I'm driving by myself. Like, you're not gonna be up here for a while?" He said, "No, you got a CDL. You know how to drive. They wouldn't have gave you a CDL if you didn't know how to drive this truck." Okay. So I started driving. You know, everything was going good at first. But a couple days go by, and I learned real fast that my trainer's getting, every time I dock somewhere or stop, he likes to wake up. Well, whenever he wakes up, he's a super grumpy person. So he gets up and he has an attitude and everything. So every time he wakes up, he's still kind of groggy, so he's like really grumpy. So basically what I did to deal with my TNT phase is, most of the time after I got out the driving seat, I went straight to the back. And I went back there, shut the curtains, and went straight to sleep. And I slept till he woke me up, or till the alarm went off, or he woke me up the next day. And said, "Hey, it's time to switch out." We did a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. kind of deal. So one of us would drive days, one of us would drive nights. He started me off on days. So every time I took a break, I could back into a truck stop or a parking spot to park and everything. A lot of times I did pull through because I was still not comfortable with backing. And I like to hit the rest stops because they're mostly pull throughs. Which I think if I had to do it again, I should have backed into every spot during that time. It would have made me a little bit better, faster. So he would wake up every time we would stop or anything like that. So like I had to be like really smooth whenever I went to the shippers if I didn't want him to wake up. But normally he had cameras that went down the sides of his truck. He had the cameras that went to the front windshield that were mounted on his dash at the time. He had the cameras for everything. So a lot of times he would wake up and he would watch on the camera, and he would watch and see what I was doing. If he thought I was having any problems, or if he thought I was getting too close, boom, curtain open, here comes Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know, we pretty much got along like that. I just went straight to bed after every shift. And after his shifts, he kind of sat up here for a little while and he talked, and that was the best time we could talk and stuff like that, is whenever he was done driving, because I felt like he wasn't as tired. But man, most of the time, once he started getting tired, he grouch. And don't get me wrong, I still talk to him. He's a great guy. Like, he's a real good guy. He's always helping me. I mean, great guy. I'm just letting you know, like, my experience, what I felt like back then. So we go this one load right before around Thanksgiving sometime. We got this load to Tennessee, and we already talked about going home for Christmas. He could say, "Which one you want to go for? You want to go for both?" I said, "I only want to go home once during TNT." He said, "Well, what do you want to go home for, Christmas or Thanksgiving?" I said, "If it was just me, I'm picking Thanksgiving. You know, I'm a fat guy. I like to eat." So I would go, "But I have a family. I have kids and stuff. I want to go home for Christmas to see my kids." He said, "Oh, that's cool. Well, we got this load up there to the Tennessee area." I said, "Dude, let's just stay at Tennessee," because he's from Tennessee. Well, he's from Illinois, but he lives in Tennessee. I said, "Since we're over there, you can go home for Thanksgiving, and I'll just I'll just hang out. That way you can have your Thanksgiving. He said, okay. He goes, yeah, it'll only be like a day or two. I said, that's fine. He goes, you want a hotel room? I said, no. I'd rather just stay in the truck, really. Like, if you see me testing out students in PA or Springfield or whatever, or anytime I have an opportunity to get a hotel room, I don't do that. I sleep in my truck. You know, there's a chance you could get bed bugs, or who knows what happens over there in that hotel. I don't want no part of it. So, anyways, I was all like, nah, save your money. I was all like, you work hard, you got a family. I said, I'll just stay in the truck. So we parked at this little Pilot in Murfreesboro. I think it was called Murfreesboro. But there's a Pilot over there. It sucks. I hate Arby's. It only had Arby's in it. But luckily for me, there was a Taco Bell and some other stuff down the street. So I was good. Then he calls me and he's all like, hey, you want to come over for Thanksgiving dinner? I was all like, yeah. I had my hopes up for some like turkey and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I'm there. He goes, it's gonna be something small because it was all last minute. My wife didn't plan nothing. I was all like, oh, okay. So we go over there and I had some really good lasagna, and it was a good meal. It wasn't no turkey. I guess those Tennessee people, they like their lasagna. I'm just kidding. It was all last minute. She didn't have time to do nothing. I mean, like, it was last minute and he surprised her. So, but it was cool. He brought me over, meet the family, like the wife, the 2 kids. I mean, they're great people. Real great people. They were real nice. Plus, his wife knows about the Juggalos, and she knows about Insane Clown Posse, so she was real cool. So then we're going to go home for Christmas. We get back over the road. We take off. Whenever I was there at that Pilot, I cleaned his truck spotless because it was kind of dusty, and, you know, I'm kind of OCD. If you see my truck now, like, you'd be like, man, this thing's spotless. To me, it's not spotless. It's still kind of dirty. Sometimes I let it get out of hand, and then I clean it real good. Like, I let it get out of hand this week, and now it's really clean. So we get back over the road, and we take off, and something happened to the truck, and the batteries, like, the APU wasn't charging the batteries fast enough or something like that, so we had to jump the truck off. Well, whenever I was sitting there during Thanksgiving, the truck died on me like that. I had to call him. I was like, hey, the APU and nothing's working in here. The truck just shut off. He's like, try to start it. Well, like, he comes to the truck and he kind of like, I feel like he accuses me. He's all like, he says, hey, what were you doing in here with the key turned on and the radio on? I was like, no, I wasn't doing nothing like that. I said, I was watching my movies on my cell phone. That's what I was doing. I was getting caught up on some movies and doing pre-trip and watching some movies. And, you know, I didn't have nothing better to do. I never turned that key on. He's all like, my batteries never die. So then we're over the road. It happens again. I'm all like, oh, what were you doing? Listening to the radio with the key turned back? He goes, no, I'm having power problems. I was like, all of a sudden. So, like, we started bumping heads. We were bumping heads a lot. We, this one day, he said, hey, he parked at this little truck stop. We were right next to the shipper. Our appointment time wasn't until like 2 in the afternoon, but they had overnight parking, or 3 in the afternoon, something like that. He said, hey, if you want to wait a while, you can wait a while. Just relax or whatever. He said, like, before you go in there. I said, okay. So I go eat a hamburger, or I go to Wendy's, and I'm doing like stuff. It's 6 in the morning till 8. They were an hour ahead. We were over there on that Eastern time. So I'm waiting for Wendy's to open up to serve lunch. I didn't want breakfast. Soon as lunch hit, almost lunchtime, it was like 10:30, I get a phone call. What are you doing over here sitting around not doing nothing? I said, whoa, you said I could wait to take off. I said, you're the one that told me this. He said, no, 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 no. He's all like, if you were going to get some more sleep, then that's fine. But you're over here sitting around doing nothing. What are you doing? You're wasting time. I said, I was waiting until lunchtime. I was going to get something to eat and go straight over there. He was all like, well, that's fine. Hurry up and get your food. And I said, nah, I'm done. I'm just going to go over there. So I went over there. And I went and got checked in, got unloaded and everything. So we were bumping heads a lot. One night he was all like, I was going straight to bed, and I feel bad for this to this day. It was kind of mean of me. You know, I'm a blunt person. I speak my mind. Sometimes I speak too fast and kind of regret what I say. But one night I was going straight to the back like I normally do. He said, hey, you can sit up here and talk for a while. You don't have to go straight to bed. Then I said, well, I don't hang out with people that I don't like. And I just walked back there and shut the curtain. You know, it was kind of mean of me and it was bad of me, but at the time, that's how I felt. So that's what I said. You know, we talked about that last night. He called me last night. We talked about it. I said, dude, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad about that. I still regret saying that. And he was all like, nah, it's fine. I think about it for 5 minutes. I'm over it. So here comes Christmas time. And I'm sick. I'm like, I'm just tired. I'm like, man, this dude wore me down. I cannot stand him. It's bad. I cannot stand him. So I went home for Christmas. Came back out. Whenever I was coming back out, I was kind of like, man, this dude had me mad before I left. I was all like, but I'm not mad anymore. I kind of miss being on the truck. I kind of miss going. And we came out from December to mid January, and everything was great. Like, I didn't have no problem. He didn't seem to get up cranky. We got along fine. I started picking his brain like crazy. Then he put me on this week, the last week of the truck. And the last week of the truck, in his week, you have to run that truck as a solo, and he just drives. You're doing all the paperwork. You're doing all the scanning. You're doing everything. You're working your clock till your clock is completely out. Then you take a 10-hour break. Once your 10-hour break's up, you're back behind the wheel and you're going again. And that's like your last week on the truck. So once that was completed, like once I did that, my miles finally got to 30,000 miles. Back then I only had to do 30,000 miles. That was completed, and I was at the hotel doing my upgrade process. Upgrade process was not bad. It's just some CBTs, or back then it was some CBTs, doing a safety course and doing some simulator work. And then you went to Success Leasing, got on the list for a truck, and had to wait for a truck. I ended up having to go all the way to PA in a rental car to get a truck. So that's what we did. Me and a couple guys went over to PA to get our trucks. And you know, it was pretty cool over there. People were real nice. We got our trucks, and I was on to bigger and better things. Next video, I'm probably gonna do what it was like going solo, what it was like doing TNT and stuff like that. I meant not TNT, getting a teammate. So look for those videos. I don't know when I'm gonna do them. I'm thinking tomorrow. But I will see you guys next time. Subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell. All my subscribers, man, y'all just keep coming back watching these videos. Y'all are so helpful for me. Thank you to everybody that's been helping me with this YouTube channel. I appreciate all of y'all. Jacob Casper, Chad Rich, I mean, like, anybody that's helped me out, man, I am truly grateful. Bye.